Hello and welcome to my channel Reddit Storytelling. Today we have an author named Jennifer, who has been cheated on by her husband with her sister. And she decided to ask Reddit for advice. Let's see if you too would agree with the judgment of this forum at the end of the video. Feel free to put a thumbs up if you enjoyed this story. And subscribe if you haven't already. Am I guilty for divorcing my husband after he cheated with my sister, cutting off my mom for supporting them, and moving on with my life? This has been the most traumatic year of my life, and I'm wondering if I'm being too harsh or if I'm justified in my choices. I, female 35, was married to my husband, male 42, for 8 years. We have 2 kids together, a son, 9 years old, and a daughter, 7 years old. I thought our life was stable and happy until everything unraveled 7 months ago. I found out that my husband was cheating on me with my younger sister, 24 years old. I didn't discover it through subtle clues or intuition. My son overheard an inappropriate conversation between the two of them at a family gathering and came to me, confused and upset. When I confronted my husband, he denied it at first, but eventually admitted to the affair. I was utterly shattered. But what made it even worse was that my mom sided with my husband and sister. She defended their actions, saying, "Your sister is young and doesn't know any better. And your husband must have felt neglected to fall for someone else." Then she had the audacity to suggest I forgive them and keep the family together for the kids. I was stunned and disgusted. My dad, on the other hand, was furious. He called out my mom's behavior, told her she was enabling betrayal, and eventually filed for divorce from her because he couldn't tolerate her lack of morals. He's been one of my few sources of support throughout all of this. I filed for divorce immediately and cut off my mom and sister completely. My kids have been struggling with the fallout. My son is especially angry and has told me he doesn't want anything to do with his dad. My daughter is quieter but has been acting out in small ways. We've been going to therapy together, and I've been doing everything I can to help them navigate this while also trying to heal myself. Over the past few months, I've started putting my life back together. I've focused on my kids, leaned on my dad and close friends for support, and even started dating someone new, a woman, 36 years old. She's been incredible, kind, understanding, and supportive. She's great with my kids, and they've grown to love her, which makes me feel like I can finally see a light at the end of the tunnel. But the chaos isn't over. My sister's relationship with my ex-husband has completely fallen apart. Shocking, right? Now she's blaming my mom, saying she encouraged the whole thing. My mom, meanwhile, is blowing up my phone, accusing me of tearing the family apart by refusing to forgive them. She says my new relationship is a slap in the face to our family and claims I'm being selfish for not letting her or my sister back into my life. To top it off, my ex-husband has been reaching out, begging for forgiveness and asking for a second chance. He's telling me it was all a mistake and that he misses me and the kids. My son and daughter both want nothing to do with him, but I'm conflicted about how much of a relationship, if any, they should have with their father. My dad and friends say I'm doing the right thing by cutting out toxic people and focusing on rebuilding my life. But the guilt tripping from my mom and sister is starting to wear me down, and I'm wondering if I'm being too harsh. Should I try to reconcile with my mom and sister for the sake of family? Should I give my ex more of a chance to be involved for the sake of the kids? Am I guilty for divorcing my husband, cutting off my mom and sister, and moving forward with my life and new relationship? First edit. Just for the record, no, I'm not in contact with my mom or sister. Someone on my mom's side has apparently been feeding them stuff about my life, including my phone number. My kids are currently in control of what they want to do. As of now, they've refused to have any contact with their father. Second edit. I have changed my number and I'm currently moving. No, I don't speak to any of my ex-husband's family, and apparently the snitch was my aunt and her husband. Are we shocked? So I'm officially not speaking to them. And for the people complaining about the fact my kids know my girlfriend, so what? My children adore her, also for custody. It's 60-40, meaning I can choose which schedule the kids can have with their father since I'm the primary. No, I'm not forcing my kids to not speak to their dad. They've told me numerous times that they don't like going to my ex-husband's house, and I respect that. I'm currently going for full custody. For the people telling me to get a restraining order, my lawyer said they haven't done anything to endanger my children so I legally can't get one. My dad also has some suspicions that my mom cheated on him with how she was defending the affair. Date. Wow, there are a lot of homophobes in the replies. I want to first say thank you all for the kind messages and some kind replies. Now for the update. The people that suggested my mom may have cheated / had an affair were correct. Apparently my mom cheated on my dad early in the relationship but said she stopped the affair when my dad found out. Spoiler, she didn't. We aren't exactly sure if my sister is my father's child, and quite frankly we hope she isn't. As for my ex-husband, yes, he is allowed to visit his children. He just refuses to see them because my kids hate being around him, not because I'm restricting it as people are claiming. I have 60-40 custody, and the judge granted me full permission to set a schedule on when my kids see their father as long as he isn't completely out of their lives. It also might help that the affair he had with my sister, no one knows how long it went on, but my son has spoken to me, which is hard for him, and said that he's always seen his daddy talking to my sister, so it's definitely gone on since she was early 20s. My children are completely fine. They are currently in therapy for this and other stuff. No schoolwork has been affected, and my girlfriend certainly isn't affecting them. Matter of fact, they love her in the few times she is here. For those curious, my son is turning 10 soon, and he heard more than one of these conversations. He only told me about this one because he understood what they were saying, which is traumatizing for a child to literally listen to. A massive FU to the homophobes. My children adore my partner, and no, she isn't like a second parent to them. She also loves them as well, and is in no way trying to take a fatherly role in their life. And for the people claiming this is artificial intelligence, Lord, I wish it was. I'm flattered you think my life is fake. I wish it was, but sadly it isn't. And now let's listen to what the community has to say about this situation. A comment from True Presentation 726. Why are you even in communication with your mom and sister? Cut them off immediately. Don't let them get in your head. They are selfish and do not have your best interests to heart. Keep on the way you are. Lean on those you can trust, those who haven't betrayed you. You do know, I hope, that neither of the vile three, ex-sister, ex-mother, are ever to be trusted again, right? And please listen to your kids, keep them in therapy, and if they eventually want to see their dad, then that's the time, but if never, then that's on him. I'm sorry to read your story. Good luck moving forward with your new, better life. Keep the horrible, selfish ones far away from you and the kids. Not guilty. A comment from Deleted Profile. Not guilty. Keep them blocked and file harassment charges if you need to. Listen to your father and your children. Sounds like you're doing everything right and also have a supportive new partner by your side. You got this. A comment from Beth21286. Jennifer is doing everything right. Of course they want you to forgive their awful behavior because unless she chooses to, there's no other reason to. They've done nothing to redeem themselves. Karma is just catching up with them. Listen to dad and the therapist. Stick to the custody arrangement. Move on with the person who makes you happy. A comment from Cuddly Chick. Not guilty. You're not wrong for divorcing your husband and cutting off your mom and sister after their betrayal. Their lack of support and enabling behavior makes them toxic. You're focusing on rebuilding your life and protecting your children, which is completely justified. You're not being harsh. You're prioritizing your well-being. And for a last comment, Igno somethings too. Not guilty. Block your selfish and manipulative mother and sister. You were right to cut them off. They F around and found out. Listen to your dad, he's right. Tell your ex to fuck off also. What a piece of dirt. He's only coming back now because the relationship with a 24 years old at 42 didn't work out, shocker. The kids are in therapy, and if they want a relationship with their father, they will tell you. Just make sure they know that whenever they are ready, you'll support them, and that just because he wasn't a good husband to you, doesn't mean he isn't a good father. Best of luck, OP, and enjoy dating your new person. There is nothing to feel guilty for. Hopes for an amazing 2025 for you. Thank you for listening to this story. Let me know in the comments if you agree with the community. And for those who stayed to the end, thank you. If you like this type of content, feel free to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. See you soon.